Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Sunday meet. We're out at Hollywoodbets Greyville on the Poly, and we're going to preview the race meeting for you. It's a bipod time, the first race. I've got Daryl Marie and Darren Burrows. They're both on the line. Daryl is not in studio today. He's in recovery mode from the flu, etc., but he'll be back hopefully in full swing on Monday. Right, let's get the markets up for the first, guys. Welcome. And let me just give you an indication as to what the betting is on the show Friday morning. Daryl, I'll start with you. This was Winter Frolic's favourite at 18-10, the 7 on the card. It does look the horse to beat. They bet 5-1 bar that. And safe enough to bank in the bipod.
Hi, Clyde. Yes, I'm bankering number 7, Winter Frolic. No, you just had to watch her debut effort to get excited about her chances in her next start, because it was really promising and eye-catching. But she let the side down. You can't rule her out because of that effort. I mean, they tried to change tactics. It just wasn't her effort. So, judged on her debut effort, I think she'll take a power beating because she looked like she's actually going to win a few based on that finishing effort. So, I like the chances of number 7, Winter Frolic. Those who don't want to bank her in the opening leg of the bipod, you can back up with number 6, Valley Gal. She's better than her latest effort. I think she was unlucky to turn into the straight so far back. Musi can just hold a position. I think she will be the favourite's biggest danger.
Okay. I wonder last time out, Darren, if Winter Frolic just didn't enjoy Scottsville. What do you think the reason was?
Clyde, I thought the track came up very sticky, and in the soft conditions at Scottsville, it can be testing. So I think you can put a line through that run, and I think we can get punters off to a good start. I think she's worth a strike. It is her first run on the Poly. I don't think it's going to be a concern, but strictly on her debut, she'll win.
Okay, that's good enough for us. Thank you very much. Daryl's also banking the 7, as you know, in his bipod by 1, 2, 4, by 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, by 1, 2, it doesn't get easier after this, by 1, 2, 3, by 1, 3, 4, by 4 and 5. Number 4, Shanta's Pride is the favourite in the second race on the card as we have a look at place accumulators for Peter Muscat and Richard Ferree. It's the one to beat. 7 Double Dream is the second choice at around 28, around 15-4. So that must have some sort of claim. And then you've got number 6 and Bearwoo in here, Daryl Marie, who's priced up at 9-2. It's 5-1 bar those 3. I saw in your bipod you win a few runners. So what's the plan race time?
Tricky race, Clyde. I think Shanta's Pride obviously has her breathing issues in order now because they're stepping her back up in trip over the 1400. There's no ill effects. I think she could be the one to beat. Sleek as Silk, very nice effort in open company last time out against the boys. Form line is holding up well with Funky Music and Voldemort winning from there. I'll give her a chance. And then Harley's Fates is actually my pick to run a much improved race. You can see she made steady improvements in her second run after her rest. Her last or her most recent start on the Poly track wasn't a bad effort whatsoever in open company. She's having her peak run, and I think she'll run a forward race. So 1, 2, and 4 are the top 3 picks in race 2 for me.
Okay. It's interesting this jockey, when I say jockey change, not a jockey change, but Muzieni, I'm sure could have ridden Sleek as Silk if he wanted to. I don't know, because he's riding another horse later on in the same colours. So he's got Harley's Fate here. He's chosen to go with that. Darren, your perspective?
Clyde, 3, 4, 6, and 7. Now, Shanta's Pride, as long as her breathing problems are behind her, she might see out the 1400. She did have a break from November to April. I'm not sure if she had an op, but she's come back much better. In Bearwoo, probably best over 1400 meters. She ran behind Shanta's Pride last time out, and she's 2.5 kilos better off. Double Dream, I believe she's a 1200 meter horse. The 14 is stretching her a little bit. So I think 3, 4, 6, and 7 will fight it out.
Okay. So you've got a few horses marked up here. Thanks for that, Darren. Daryl Marie's got a place accumulator worked out 1, 2, 4 by 6 and 7, by 1 and 3, by 1, 3, 4, by 4 and 5, by 1 and 3, and the last leg 3, 6, and 10. Okay, guys, on to the third now. It's a handicap over the 1,400 metres. It's pick six time. The market's got them at 92 the field. Darren Burrows, where favourite is number 10, Shantastic. I suppose that is the one to beat. And how many runners would you recommend in the first leg?
Clyde, Shantastic's definitely the value in the race. She's the class horse in the race, should I say. She won the Umzim Kulu against 3-year-olds, comfortably beating Canadian Summer as she liked. She ran 3 lengths back in the fillies, guineas. The mile was stretching her a little bit. And if she can get a bit of luck from the draw, she'll be lashing home late. Kayleen, she dropped in the ratings last time out and she won a good race. She's only got 53.5 kilos to shoulder. She'll be competitive. Of the rest, Hirkomi Boki probably go to the head of affairs with bottom weight. Hawker Typhoon and Zinni Keller also not out of it.
Okay, so they've got a few that we have to consider the first leg. Daryl, your side?
Clyde, I make this race a tricky event. I thought a few had chances over here, namely numbers 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Starting with Hirkomi Boki, I think she's at her best when she leads, and I think with 52 kilograms to shoulder, Muzi's going to be out on his bicycle and make them carry their weight. So she's my leading light. Health respect for Hawker Typhoon, who ran a much improved race last time out with the blinkers. She was staying on starkly, and I think she will appreciate the additional furlong. So 6 and 7, followed by 8, 9, and 10.
Okay, thanks for that, Daryl. Here's Darren's pick six, guys. You can dot that down. 1, 6, 7, 8, 10. By 1 and 7, by 1, 3, 4, 8, 9, by 4, 5, 7, 10, 11, by 1, 2, 5, 9, by 3, 4, 6, 10, 11. Jackpot time, everybody. On to race number 4, where number 1, Release Me, is the favourite Friday morning at 3 to 1. This is where Muzi and Paul and Laf team up here. 2, Paris Rain, is trading at 7 to 2. He's got another serious claim, one full of run last time. And number 7, Don't Stop Me Now, is trading at 9 to 2. Darren Burrows, let's talk about first jackpots here. Your first choice.
Well, I've only included numbers 1 and 7, Clyde. I think Release Me, the 2,000 meters not going to be a concern. He takes time to unwind. I was impressed with his last win, and he could be well ahead of the handicapper, even with 61.5 kilos. Then touching on my other choice, Don't Stop Me Now. I know he's had a short break since April, but I was super impressed with his maiden victory. He won by 9.25 lengths. He didn't beat much, but he was unextended by 9 lengths, which shows he's not done with. So 1 and 7 for me.
Okay, those are the two in the race for Darren. Daryl, on your end?
I narrowed it down to numbers 1, 2, and 3. I like the way Release Me is going about business. He's obviously on the upgrade. I think 2,000 meters on the poly track will be ideal. Big runner. 6, Hot Fix. Last time out, Clyde, if you watch his replay, he took off in the latter stages. Strip fitter, appreciate the extra ground. Could be the one they all have to beat, judged on the way he was finishing last time out. And then Paris Rain, he didn't beat the strongest of fields, but he's an improving sort. I've got respect for him, and I think he's got more to offer. So numbers 1, 2, and 3 to fight it out.
Okay. So in totality, 1, 2, 3, 7 perhaps, because Darren does like a 7. But Daryl's gone his jackpots 1, 2, 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 by 4 and 5 just now, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Let's get on to this handicap at the 94 level. I'll give you an idea what the betting looks like. I'll go to Daryl Marie first. Number 6, Iron Bark, is favourite, 15-4. Number 1, Love in Winter, second choice at 4-1. Then the 8, Just a Guy Thing, is trading as third choice at the moment at 5-1. And 11-2 about number 4, Lunacam, Daryl.
Nice races, Clyde. Love in Winter, a horse that I think certainly better than his recent form. Only concern is last time out he was reported to be lame, but I'm sure Mr. Marshall has sorted things out and he's bringing him to the track in good order. So I'm going to stick with him because I do believe from a one draw he can be slightly closer to the pace than what was the case last time out when they gave him a chance. Vasim, 4 kgs off his back, coming down slightly in the ratings to a 99. I think there's no doubt he's got the ability to pull this off. He just needs some luck in running. He can't be caught too far behind turning for home. And then Lunacam, he's got the pace to be in a striking position and he's going to strip fitter. So 1, 3, and 4 are my top 3 picks, Clyde.
Okay, thanks for that, Daryl. That's Daryl's preview of race 5. Darren, over to you. I think you like Love in Winter quite strong as well, don't you?
Yes, I like Love in Winter quite a lot here, Clyde. Last time out from a deep draw, never really in contention, and he had excuses of being lame. I think from a one draw he can bounce, get into a position, and he's a quality sort on his day. I can see him winning. Dangers, Vasim, he's starting to drop in the ratings, 4 kilos off his back. He could be the surprise in the race. Lunacam, not out of it. Just a Guy Thing, a 9-time winner, can never be ignored with Keegan de Mello and Hooves of Troy of the rest.
All right, thanks for that. Here we go. We've got some jackpots for you. It's a second jackpot from Darren, 1, 3, 4, 8, and 9, by 4, 5, 7, 10, and 11, by 1, 2, 5, 9, by 3, 4, 6, 10, and 11. All right, here's our feature race of the day. Race number 6 is the New Turf Carriers Itaquini Sprint, and it's run over 1,200 metres. From a betting perspective on Friday morning when Darren and myself did the show, number 4, USA's Hope, topped the boards at 7-2. Don't know what it looks like race time, but have a look. Maybe likely to continue dominating. 5, Countdown, is the second choice at 5-1. And the 7, Captain Bombshell, they've got right up there in the betting at 5-1. It's 7-1 bar, those 3, Daryl Marie. It's a very good race, I thought, and some quality horses running.
I agree with you, Clyde. Countdown, strictly at the weights, is a horse to beat. He's won on the surface before, and just have a look who he's taken on in the past. I mean, he's run with some quality sprinters in Isi Vungu Vungu and Gimme a Prince, Rio Karari. So in a race where he's suited by the weights this time round, he's going to be the one to beat, in my opinion. Healthy respect for USA's Hope. Currently out at the weights with the Countdown, but you can't read too much into that, Clyde, because he's a lightly raised 3-year-old. We certainly haven't seen the best of him. Let's see how he goes on the poly track. But I am leaning towards Countdown because he has won on the surface before and he's well weighted. So for me, 5 from 4. I'm not looking past the 2 of them.
Okay. So Daryl's made it a match race, the 2 horses. Darren, tell us about the race and what your first choice is.
Well, let's touch on the best weighted. Countdown, about 5 pounds best weighted. He performs on the poly. He's run off very strong company of late. On a line of form with Captain Bombshell, 3 runs back. Captain Bombshell ran a kilo off Countdown and is around a length off Countdown and is half a kilo worse off. And he performs well on the poly. And then USA's Hope's an up-and-coming 3-year-old that can't be ignored at all. So 4, 5, and 7 to fight it out. I've also thrown in Imposing and Magic Tattoo into the pick 6.
Okay, thanks very much for that. So, Captain Bombshell, Darren's made reference to Captain Bombshell having its first run for the stable. Daryl's going swingers. He makes it a match race 4 and 5.